Hello everyone. This video is being made just to give a little bit more information about the Holland codes, the career test assessment, and some other factors that go into it. So I'm going to walk through of like how to get to it, what it looks like, things like that. So if we come on the web page, we can see a little link down here. Click web page for more information, and you're going to want to go click that. You can see this little wheel that goes along with the Holland codes, and we'll talk about that more on the next page. But if you click that, it should open up to a web page that looks like this. So how to use Holland codes to find the right career. So the importance of this is you can read through it. It kind of just goes through and tells what the purpose of the codes are, the assessment is, what the interest area that Holland came up with himself. So if we scroll down, we could talk a little bit about there's 6 codes or areas of interest. So they break it down right here really easily too. It talks about R is realistic, which is more in the building, so hands-on, physical stuff like that. If you're interested in things like those, this would be one of your main codes as well. Investigative, which would be the I. Thinking jobs it talks about, so sciences, technology, different areas of that nature. A will be artistic, so it's creating things, like it says right here, like hands-on designing, different things like that. Social would be the S. It goes along with helping, so if you enjoy helping people, working with others, bettering others, you'd probably fall under here as well. Enterprising is the E. Persuading was what it would fall under. Motivating, influencing, being a leader, things like that would fall under there. And then conventional is going to be the C. Organizing just involves managing, like data, stuff like that would fall under there as well. So that being said, it talks about how there obviously are not just 6 types of people and codes of people in the world. You're going to be most likely more than one. Usually, what it says is that you're going to have 3 strong ones. So when you come out taking the assessment, there's going to be 3 main code. Like it'll be your code. So there'll be 3 different letters that are going to be your strongest, and that's going to be your code. So I'm not saying that you can't be interested in the other ones, it's just saying that those 3, like the RIA or any combination like RSE, stuff like that, that's going to be your main focus, like your main interest, what you're interested in most, and stuff like that. So if we want to take the assessment then, after knowing a little bit more information about it, we're going to go ahead and click right here. It says Holland Code Assessment. That's going to take you to a screen that looks like this. It says Holland Code Career Test. And if we scroll down, it talks a little bit about it. It says it's a free one. There's definitely other personality and career tests out there that aren't free. That's why we kind of like this one. It's free. It says it takes 10 minutes. Depending on how you want to answer the questions, how much you sit there and think about it, it might take a little bit more, but it's roughly 5 pages of questions, as you can see here, and you just go through and answer it, and you want to answer it complete, just not worrying about what money goes into a job, what's it going to say about you, just think about what your interests are, and kind of go from there. So it goes through and asks questions, and you can see there's a dislike, like this would be strongly dislike, neutral, like, and then strongly like, even though it's not labeled. That's how it goes, kind of because it's on a 5-point scale. So you go through and just answer them, like I said, as your best ability. And just so we could see the results page, I already filled it out, so I'm just going to click on my tab of it, filled out. So go through, we click them all, we go to the next page, and finally at the end, the 5th page, it's going to say grade the test, or so you have to choose a option. Won't let me go on. Okay, so you just click go, and then how it will say it, there will be an option to create an account. So once you click it, it won't show you all of this first. It will say create an account, or no thanks, I just want to see my results. Creating click an account is going to make you pay for it. when if you just click no thanks, I just want to see my results, that's going to be more, or that's going to go straight to it. And although you won't be able to save it, you can take screenshots of it, you could print that page right away. That just saves you from having to pay for the results when it gives it to you right there anyway. Okay, so then this, once you click no thanks, just see my results, this is what your screen should look like. Now it's going to be different depending on your answers, so the answers aren't going to be, or the information's not going to be the exact same, but the outline of it will be. So it's just saying congratulations, discover your career, and what we're looking for mostly here is going to be what your interests fall into most, so what your strongest interests are, and you're going to go with looking at the top 3 like I said, and then this is going to try to help you match different jobs to your interests. And so that's what we're really looking for here, and that's the main goal of taking the Holland Career Code assessment, trying to match, like, okay, break it down what jobs and careers fit my interests best, and that's what this helps with. So if we sit here and look, it's going to talk about your career interests. So we scroll down career interests, and you can see this were my results that when I just went through and clicked random ones. Okay, so it gives you the codes that we talked about on or the interest area that we talked about on here, and I'll relate that to the Holland code as well. So you can see my 3 strongest right here is going to be, I had 100 in building, 96 in organizing, and 88 in thinking. So building goes along with R, realistic, okay? And then the next one was organizing, which would be C, conventional. And then the other one, or the third highest one, would have been thinking, which is investigative. So my 3-letter code, it would be R, C, I. Because building, organizing, thinking. R, C, I. And you can see, and then you could, extend the code a little bit. It'd be persuading's next, and then creating's after that. And then helping. So it would kind of go like that, but usually they say you want to look at your top 3. So that would be my top 3. And then it goes into explaining what kind of jobs goes into that right there for you. So, and then it says your career type. And it kind of talks about it a little bit more, and it says I'm a builder, because that was my highest one. And it kind of goes through of like what the values are for that one, and the personality traits that go with it, stuff like that. And then the tasks that are going to be in the job too. Okay, so it talks a little bit about just what that one is, so what the builder is. And then scroll down a little bit more, and we're going to see some exploring careers. So this isn't saying that these are careers that you definitely have to do, and there's other resources out there to go through and look and say, like, okay, my top one was R, realistic, builder, what else does that look like? But this is a really good overview of just some examples of, okay, what can I do with this? And you can see computer, architect, electrical, everything like that. So it even tells you where to go next, and then it says career possibilities, has all these links that you could click on for career search tools. This is a really good resource to use. Okay, and then so we're talking about, there's 3. You have 3 different ones. So this one only gives you your top interest area, so builder. But I said that there's 3, so we talked about it being R, C, I would have been the code. So if we go back to this first page, it talks about over here, it says go to. So it gives you the options to go to Holland Code for Career Builders, which is what we were just looking at. So you could click on that one again and investigate it a little bit more. And then we said C, so the conventional Holland Code Career for Organizers. We could go to that one and explore if we want to click on that real quick. And it's going to do the same, it's going to break it down the same way. So we can kind of go through and see what options are there, and then we could do the same thing for our last one, which would have been I. So we could do that as well. But really, this is just going through and trying to get you started at any point in high school. So it could help to, okay, I need to pick my classes for my sophomore, junior year. What kind of classes should I be taking? Okay, these are my interests. This is a possible career goal I want to have. Let's look at this, and maybe we can figure out what classes are good. Or when we're looking at internships for whatever year we're in, sophomore, junior, freshman, senior, and then especially for seniors, picking college majors, picking careers, picking jobs after school, all that kind of stuff. Like, this is going to be a really good resource to go through. Find your interests. Find, okay, I didn't even think this job would have been interesting to me, but here it is. Let me investigate it a little bit more, and like, yeah, maybe this is something I could see myself doing. So this is just an overview again of the Holland Career Code and career tests. If you guys have any more questions, if I didn't explain anything well enough on the video, please feel free to stop in to the counseling center and see one of us. We'd be more than happy to sit down and go over some results with you, or just explain the process a little bit more. So if there's any questions, please come see us. Thanks.